and gentlemen, this is the Stache and Beard Show. Awesome,
It's us.
It's us. That's Alan. Damn it, Alan Pilley's right there.
What's up, motherfuckers?
There it is. Oh shit. Well, be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to leave a comment. All that good stuff. It really helps us out. Helps grow the channel. Helps grow our podcast. Everything you do to help us, because we're doing our part. We're giving you free shit to listen to, so you do your part. Comment and like. That's a good sales
And on
pitch,
that
right?
note,
And on that note, this past weekend I did something that I haven't done for years, and that's pro wrestling. The pro wrestling company that I worked for in college, which I traveled with for 3 years. We traveled as far east as Indianapolis, as far west as like Alliance, Nebraska, almost Colorado, as far north as Chicago, and as far south as Oklahoma. And like we would hit everything in that big area.
and you may have said it and I missed it, but my bad. What was the name of the wrestling company?
The MWA, Midwestern
NWA?
Wrestling. Yep. M with an
M.
Yeah, not N, because NWA is super famous.
Yeah.
But the MWA, the Midwestern Wrestling Alliance, which is owned by Brian Blade, who's their champion. Brian's awesome. He gave me, a kid who just was able to hold a camera and edit stuff, free rides all around the Midwest, and paid for a lot of my stuff. We had midget wrestling. We had midgets on our shows all the time. Like that's a real thing. Like,
So does it bother anybody else that MWA is just Midwestern Wrestling Alliance? Why is it not MWWA?
I think kind of because he kind of wants the you to mishear it and hear MWA.
I guess that. Okay.
You know?
Good answer.
Yeah.
Even reading in MWA, like I could see it.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I've heard of that. No, you haven't. But yeah, you have.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so they had a show in Lincoln. Brian asked if I would be there. I said, absolutely, I'll be there. Yeah.
I hate to cut you off again,
Go for
but
it.
I YouTubed trying to find our page for somebody. Couldn't find it. I don't know why. It ended up coming up, and there was old videos of you from back in the day doing wrestling talk.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 I did.
So let's talk. So this must have been when you first started, this guy that gave you a break into the business.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
so I actually, how I got to meet him was through my 6th grade science teacher's son, who he was a pro wrestler, Vince. And Vince gave me Brian's info and whatever. And we just talked, and he was like, all right, come along, kid. I'll put you under my wing. And he did. He was an awesome guy and mentor of mine. And so I did pro wrestling commentary. I did the play-by-play, and Brian, if you were watching wrestling matches, he was my color commentator as well, because we would record it. I was the ring announcer, and then we would come back and
holy fuck.
What?
There you are.
Oh no. Oh no. Which one is it?
Can we see that?
Oh no! Oh gosh, that's even. Oh,
Dude, what are you, like fucking 14?
That would have been sophomore year of college.
It says 6 years ago, which is fucking, what is that? 2015.
Yeah. So that would have been sophomore or junior year of
Dude,
college.
there's another one. Give Divas a Chance.
Give Divas a chance, man.
Can y'all see that?
Oh, no.
Dude, this is great.
So
Royal Rumble review.
That's right. I reviewed the Royal Rumble, brother. That was the year that Roman Reigns.
That's fucking great, man.
That was a huge Royal Rumble, because that was the year that Roman Reigns came out, and he was like being shoved down the fans' throats, and so the fans turned on him and they booed him out of the building, even though they were expecting him to be cheered. And so,
Isn't Roman Reigns The Rock's cousin or something?
Yep.
All right, because they're in a movie together. Was like a fight scene or some shit.
Yes, that was Hobbs and Shaw.
Was it Hobbs?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So,
Stupid movie.
Great movie. Stupid movie.
Not
Great action.
even great. Not even great.
It had good action moments.
I feel like I keep cutting you off because you keep giving good segues. Have you watched F9?
No, I have not.
Don't. My God, dude, come on. The motherfuckers go to space. And family? They go to space.
Fuck yeah.
Come on.
Have you seen that they want to do Jurassic Park mixed with Fast and Furious?
I've heard about that shit, but it's so fucking stupid. Anyway, the reason I brought that up is because you said Roman Reigns. I watched the Hobbs and Shaw where Roman got hurt. He got hit or some shit from a real punch or a kick from The Rock.
Shoot.
Yeah, it was like in the production. It was an accident. Yeah. That means Austin will love it. But yeah, so that made me think of that. But back to Roman Reigns. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, so I hosted my own show before. So in the last 6 years, pro wrestling YouTube shows have blown up, and I was one of the first ones. Not that I was good and not that I blew up, but I did it when these other pro wrestling YouTubers were starting to grow an audience. And so I worked for cornfedsports.com, and he let me use, and Pat Radigan let me use the green screen in the office to record my show. I edited it, I put it up, and it was fine. Yeah, it was okay. Didn't gain much traction. What ended up gaining me traction was doing the play-by-play of the pro wrestling shows. I would go and I would record the shows, come back, Brian and I would record the commentary for it. That's what kind of picked up more steam for me. Gosh, I forgot that I even did that.
Yeah, like I said, I found those by trying to find actually average for somebody. Hit videos or whatever it was, and then those were in our lineup, and I'm like, where the fuck are these? And it was you.
Are they good? Did you watch any?
No, I didn't watch any of them. No, I didn't get a chance to. But that means that we need to, and then bring them onto the show.
Yes.
And actually, Jody, since you can hear us, go maybe see if you can loop some of these into this so people can see it. Pull up some photos and crop them into the program.
Yeah. MWA action. That's the YouTube channel. Oh my gosh.
So that what happened this weekend? Like you got back into announcing or got back in the ring or what?
So they have a ring announcer, like a consistent ring announcer. He kind of like jumped in when I moved. And I had never met him before, but they are running low on referees. So I ended up refereeing 4 or 5 of the 7 matches because one of the 3 referees hurt his knee. I don't even know how he did it. He like went down for a 3 count and he came back up hobbling. He's like, I can't do this the rest of the night. So did you
get back in like acting mode and everything? Did it just like come back to you?
It did. The first match was weird because like there are rules to pro wrestling. Yeah. And you have to, and if you miss them, the crowd is very quick to yell at you for missing them. Yeah. And so it took a lot to remember, like, okay, there's a 5 count for being in the ropes, making tags. Okay, if I see it, this, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's a lot of things that I had to keep straight in my head, which came back as we progressed. And luckily, nothing was super complicated until, like, the last match that I did, which was a women's match where, like, they like pulled me in front and she went to hit me, but knew I was the ref. So she backed away and, got spun around, boom, hit with a spear. It's crazy, man. It's absolute.
You got hit with a spear?
No, the other gal got hit with a spear. But I was used as a distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's great. Is there video of this? Can we put this up?
I believe there is. I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look and see what video there is.
No, I got a question because we were joking around with the t-shirts. Did the Stache make an appearance?
Yes, it did. And I fully
did you?
I fully did it up, man. And I got to tell you, in pro wrestling terms, the Stache was over, which means fans loved it. My first, so not only did I do the mustache, but I cut the sleeves off of my referee shirt.
Yeah.
Because, I'm a big beefy guy. And so I walk out, and the first thing, there was like a table of like 8 like 40s and 50s year old women, and one immediately was like, ooh, I like that mustache. So I quick turned, did it up, wink and point.
Yeah.
Ate it up. Big cheer, big pop from the crowd.
That's awesome, man.
During the intermission, I had like 3 or 4 different people come up and take photos with me. Like, they were like, oh my gosh, I love your mustache. Can I get a photo? I was like, hell yeah, awesome, absolutely. Man.
What day was the show?
So this happened on Sunday.
Okay, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. And then, yeah.
That was just yesterday. That's so crazy.
Or sorry, Saturday. It was Saturday.
Okay, Saturday.
Because Saturday, Stache did wrestling, then partied with the wrestlers until 2:00 in the morning, closed down the Zeppelin Bar and Grill in Lincoln, Nebraska, which was a blast, and then woke up the next day and ate 10,000 calories.
That's an awesome weekend.
It was an awesome weekend. But I really think that I need a shirt that says something along the lines of "Ride the Mustache Mountain" or something like that, and put it right next to Mr. Fitness 2, which is a wrestler with a mask who comes out to the ring with a shake weight and a cigarette in his mouth.
That's great.
It's the best gimmick of all time, because it's great.
What if we get the shake weight to be a sponsor?
Oh my gosh, you kidding me? The shake weight as a sponsor?
Shake weight as a sponsor, and that was the tug toner. I wonder if we could get the tug toner on the show.
I haven't heard of the tug toner.
You haven't? Oh my God.
No.
Jody, pull up the video, fucking Jimmy Kimmel tug toner. Dude, you've never seen the Jimmy Kimmel tug toner?
I haven't.
Oh my God, Austin. Dude. And then it comes in, it's like, act now, buy 2. And it's literally 2 dudes with tug toning each other. There you go. Dude, it is epic. You've got to watch it after we end this. You have to.
I will absolutely do that.
Yeah, we'll when we make our Instagram post, we'll hashtag tug toner and then see if we can get it.
See if they're still hanging around a little bit.
Oh my God, you can't! I can't believe you've never watched this.
No, I've seen all the like fake shake weight ads. You know, where they add the splooge sounds in.
Yeah. Well, if you've seen and heard those, the tug toner is going to be everything that's probably in your imagination.
Yes.
It shows you how to do it on your own, how to work reverse grip, how to seat and do it, you're helping a friend do rows. Dude, it is fucking amazing. You got to watch it.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess my question for you is, we've done a lot of talking about me. Is there anything when you were younger that you would think about getting back into? Because I hadn't done this for 3 years. Like, I don't know, if you got back into like cheerleading or something, how do you think that would go?
People ask me. One of the girls I trained for lacrosse, she's up there at the gym. She's on cheer. And so me and her actually talked, and it's always a subject that not many people think that I would have done. You know what I mean? So it's always an interesting conversation. But I've given it some thought. I wouldn't mind coaching it, or being back around that. I talked to Anthony Oliveira on his podcast about it, and he didn't know I cheered. And then when I shared that video, not a lot of people in our group chat knew that I cheered either. Yeah. I wouldn't mind it.
Hold on. We should be pissed at them because we've talked about it on the podcast. So they should know that you did cheer. So
which just means that nobody watches our fucking show. So there you
go. Them.
Yeah. But
just kidding. Love you, group chat.
Yeah. I would love to get back into it. Strength wise, it's there, but this is a sport where strength, it doesn't matter. It's all technique and mobility. Oh, dude, if you're off and on your ones and twos on when to dip and throw the girl and when to catch and all that stuff, like you're off, you'll miss her. overhead mobility is way worse than what it used to be when I was younger.
Hold on.
And I had none then.
Just go like this for me.
Like that.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Yeah, and this one over there, right there. And it's way worse now than when it was when I was younger, and it was worse then, or it was bad then. So imagine, doing it now. But
Can
it
you
was
touch
always
your hands up here? Like I don't.
There you go. Glad you saw that one. So no lie, no. My wife. I don't know where my wife's at. My wife had to help me getting into my shirts for my suits a couple weeks back when I had to go to court. Literally couldn't button my suits.
Really?
And then when I went to go buy these shirts, this lady was like, she measured me and she's like, "Oh, you're a slim fit." And I was like, "Lady, I ain't no fucking slim. I think I told you this." So here I am trying to do these shirts, and she had to help me get in and out of like clothing. Court would end and I'd be back at the truck, and thank God I was the only person in the parking garage, because I would have to shimmy out of my shirt and my suit and my jacket and stuff like that. And it was just like, who the fuck, like, how do y'all do this every day? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And whose wives dress them every day, you know what I'm saying? So she finally goes, well, one of the days I was in court, I ripped 2 shirts on purpose because I couldn't button them. And then she went and finally got me shirts that fit so I could actually dress my own fucking self, so that was how that goes. But I wouldn't mind coming back to, getting back to cheerleading talk. I wouldn't mind coaching it or doing it. If my daughters ever wanted to do it, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I mean, it's not something I'm running at an opportunity. Yeah. A, one hasn't presented itself. B, dude, it's tough as shit, man. You know, it is. But that would probably be the only thing that I used to do. I'm not one of those weekend warriors anymore. I'll play sports with my kids. I'm not going to go ham it up on the mound and pitch again. I'm not going to play football again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not trying to be what's the movie, The Fucking Rookie, with Dennis Quaid. I ain't trying to be that. Yeah. So that would probably be the only thing, man. I'm not trying to relive fucking GoldenEye days and check out the tug toner. Oh, it's in there. Okay. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. He sent me individual clips.
That's great.
No, this is awful.
I told you.
You were correct. You were very correct.
Yeah. It's great. And this was like back when like Jimmy Kimmel was still kind of sort of cool. Yeah. When he would do shit like this, and now he's just a fucking crybaby. But whatever. That's for a whole other day. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, for sure. And okay, so cheer would be kind of the thing for you. It's funny because every time that I ever talk to someone about pro wrestling, I got that hit of like, oh yeah, I know shit. I know this stuff. Do you have that same like thought process with cheer as soon as someone like brings it up, you're like, "Ooh, I know this."
Yeah. Like a lot of that comes up, like they'll start talking about certain lifts and maneuvers and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh yeah, like or even we're talking about gymnastics and Olympics in a bit, but like I'll watch them and things that they're doing, and I remember some of the names because we weren't just stunters, and our girls weren't just flyers. We had a gymnastics routine, and thank God it wasn't me, but our girls would have done stuff, so I remember some of the names, and some of it, it'll bring up memories and shit, but like, yeah, that's another thing. I ain't running back out there trying to do back handsprings and back tucks. Like, I'm good. I belong on the ground. Yep. This is where I live. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So even the one time I tried to do a back handspring, I landed on my fucking neck. Like,
oh, did you?
Like, everybody was like, oh, and I'm like, do you see me holding the girls overhead? My arms don't even go overhead. And you expect them to do that in a back handspring. So, there's a lot of that. But I'll watch the Olympics and I'll see some shit. And I'm like, oh, yeah, we used to do that stuff, Yeah. But like I said, I'm not running out there to be like, oh, watch me. No. Yeah. Hold my beer. That's not happening. So.
Yeah, definitely not. Well, I think that pretty much covers my crazy night. Oh, except I will say, James Storm, I don't know. That's probably not a name that you know. He's big.
Sounds Cornish.
Well, pro wrestling is so. He was like the main event guy And the only reason why I bring him up is because, so I was a big fan of him when I was growing up. And so it was cool to see him. And like, I bought him beer for his gimmick. His gimmick is he comes to the ring with a beer. And, you know, he was part of a tag team called Beer Money when he was in TNA and super big. Like that. Yeah. And, but at the end of the night, it's 1:30, right? And it's me, Mr. Fitness 2, still at the bar. Chief Atakula still at the bar. And James is there with 3 women who are just putty in his hands. I don't know how else to put it. But like he has schmoozed them the entire time. He didn't even hang out with us. He just schmoozed them the entire time at this after party. And the funniest thing was, so I had my mustache done up. Chief is this big Indian guy who has a pink mohawk. Okay. And one of these 3 girls that James Storm had wooed, taps me on the shoulder and goes, "Hey, can you take our photo?" I said, "Absolutely." And before I could take the photo, she looks at me and goes, "Oh my gosh," and like plays with the mustache. And I'm like, "All right, cool." And then she looks at Chief and starts grabbing the mohawk. And she goes, "Is this a thing that you guys like do?" And Chief and I look at each other and go, "Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, every single weekend we're the Stache and Hawk show. You know, it's the."
I like that.
But then they eventually went back to James Storm. We closed down the bar at 2:00. The girl that came up to me and Chief, she was like, "What are you doing now?" And I went, "I'm going the fuck home. I'm married. Bye."
Good of you.
Yes.
Very good. Good answer back.
I figured out I become left-handed when I am in a situation where I'm with women, and Liz isn't there. I become left-handed because I'm like gesturing. I'm doing everything. I'm never covering anything up. I'm like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I'm so nervous. I'm like, I don't want you thinking anything about anything. So
I'll take mine off and like, I won't forget it, but like, because I take it off to lift and I'll put it up. I hook it onto my bracelets. I put my bracelets in my bag and then I'll forget it. And then like, you know, maybe be in a situation, you know, like nothing similar to yours, but like where I would be like showing my left hand and it just like, wait a minute, like it's not back on my
You're
finger.
like, hold on.
But I've caught myself where I would naturally go to be a lefty to be like, hey, my ring, and it's not there. And I'm like, well, now it just looks like I'm just throwing my hand around like a dumbass. But I know what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.